Hello and good morning everyone. As I said that in our today's video we will be covering two topics only, and the two topics are, one is average velocity and the other one is average speed, right? So today we will be covering these two topics only. So let us start without wasting time. You can see in front of you average velocity we will cover first. So what is its definition? Average velocity is change in position or displacement divided by the time interval. Change in position or displacement divided by the time interval. Or in easy words you can say, if a body is in motion, then if it is in motion it will change its position. There will be change in its position, and if the position is changed then it will take some time interval. So suppose delta t is the time interval taken, and in the time delta t the position of body is changed by delta x. In that case we can define one physical quantity which is called average velocity, and it is represented by v bar. This bar is showing mean of the quantity is taken, right? So how can we define average velocity? It could be defined as the change in position divided by the time interval. Like you can see here, v bar is equals to delta x upon delta t. The formula of v bar will be equal to delta x upon delta t. Now what is this delta here? This triangular shape is called delta. And what is its meaning? The meaning of delta is change. It is change. So suppose if we have written delta x, that means the value of x is changing. So only you can see delta x we have written in place of x2 minus x1. What is x1? x1 was initial position. And what is x2? x2 was final position, right? So what will be change in position? Change in position will be final minus initial. Change in time will be final minus initial, which will ultimately give you delta x upon delta t, which is equal to average velocity. So like this we obtained the formula of average velocity, and also we can see with the same formula we can define average velocity as change in position divided by time interval. Okay, now after this the next is, wait a minute, let me focus over here where we have to study now. Okay, let me zoom. Now we can see very clearly all the things. Okay, so we were here that the bar which we have taken, it only represent that we have taken average of a particular quantity. After this, the SI unit of velocity, SI unit of average velocity or velocity, remember it is meter per second. It could also be written as meter second inverse. We can write in either way. Although kilometer per hour is used in many everyday applications, but you have seen that very commonly we use this unit also to measure average velocity or average speed in our daily life, which is kilometer per hour. So we can say it is a common unit. To measure speed or velocity. And what will be the SI unit? SI unit will be meter per second. This is the difference. So like displacement, average velocity is also a vector quantity. If it is a vector quantity, then remember it will have some direction. Along with this we can revise vector quantity once here. That what are vector quantities? Vector quantities are those quantities which have magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so displacement, yes, it was a vector quantity, that means it has magnitude and it has direction. In the same way, average velocity also have some magnitude and have some direction. That's why it is called a vector quantity. Directional aspect of vector can be taken care by plus sign or minus sign. So plus sign, suppose if you consider direction of any particular quantity like this, like I have shown in front of you. Suppose this is the direction of displacement I have represented here, and if there is any body which is traveling in opposite to this direction, then what we can say, this direction is negative direction. If we considered this direction as positive direction, if we considered this direction as positive, then opposite to this direction, what will we consider? We will consider as negative one, right? This is the meaning of positive and negative sign here. After this, you can see one graph in front of you. The graph is position time graph. It is position time graph. Position time graph is a curve. The type of position time graph, it is a curve. We know that we will get a curve in case of non-uniform motion. In case of non-uniform motion, and in case of non-uniform motion only, we found that the velocity of body changes with respect to time. So to find out one value of velocity, we introduced this term which is known as average velocity. So average velocity was required to study about velocity in case of non-uniform motion. Otherwise, in case of uniform motion, we know that the velocity will remain constant and it will not change with time. So in that case, we don't need any type of average velocity. Only velocity can work here. And we can also say that if in the nature only uniform motion would be present, then we would be having only velocity. There would be no need of average velocity. We found the need of average velocity because there was a term which is present and is known as non-uniform motion. Because of this non-uniform motion, we have to have average velocity, right? So the graph shown in front of you belongs to average velocity only. We considered 2 points P1 and P2. We considered 2 points P1 and P2 here in the graph. Before considering these points, let me zoom it more for you so that you can see clearly that where the 2 points are lying. Okay, so the 2 points are lying out of one is lying here and other is point P2. Now what you can see, this is the actual path of graph. This is the actual path of graph. That means this actual path is representing distance. This actual path covered is representing distance, and one you can see here the dotted line. Dotted line is a straight line part which is representing displacement, right? So with the help of this displacement, or you can say with the help of this straight line difference between P1 and P2, what can we calculate? We can calculate average velocity in this case. Average velocity formula you already studied. Formula is delta x upon delta t. Now what will be delta x here? Delta x will be change in position. Let me rub it and I will show you. Delta x is change in position. If I calculate delta x, it will be x p2 minus x p1, because this is final position and this is initial position. To find out the value of displacement, or you can say position, from P2, just look here. You can see the value is 27.4. And what does P1 is representing 10. So 27.4 minus 10, it gives you 17.4 meter, right? And to calculate average velocity, we need change in time also. So change in time will be T2 minus T1, like we studied. T2 will be time at point P2. Just check time. Time is 7, and for P1 it is 5. That means delta T will be equal to 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5 means 2 seconds. Now we are able to calculate average velocity. Average velocity therefore in this case will be equal to delta x is 17.4, delta t is 2 seconds. Their answer will be 8.7 meter per second. The answer will be 8.7 meter per second. Let me zoom out from here so that I would be able to show you the answer. I think they calculated here. Yes, on the other half they calculated here, like you can see here. See, V bar is equals to 8.7 meter per second, and the same answer we were getting in our case, right? So let us move to the next part. What is next part here? Okay, we are given some graphs. Here. The graphs are drawn between position and time, but the type of graphs we are getting is different, in upward direction, in downward direction, along a straight line, right? Straight line parallel to time axis. So there must be some different conditions for these different graphs. What are those different conditions? Let us see. Condition for this graph is velocity. For this graph, velocity will be positive. Remember children, whenever velocity will be positive, then displacement will increase. Or you can say position will increase. That's why the graph is going in upward direction, straight line and in upward direction. Okay. One more thing I want to tell you, because you can see straight line, so these graphs are for the cases of uniform motion. These graphs are for the cases of uniform motion only. But what type of uniform motion? When velocity is positive. In case the velocity becomes negative, displacement, remember, it starts decreasing, like you can see in this case. The displacement is decreasing with respect to time. And here what you can see in this case, V is neither positive nor negative, it is equal to 0. And when velocity is equal to 0, we can say the body is at rest. If the body is at rest, you will get this type of graph. We already studied this one graph in the previous video. I hope the meaning of all the three graphs is clear to you. Let us move forward. Now what we got here? Okay, we got the second topic of discussion today, and it is average speed. Now what is average speed? How can we define it? The total path length traveled divided by the time taken, divided by the total time. What is average speed? Just see once more. Total path traveled, length you cut, total path traveled divided by total time. That means whatever total path you covered and whatever total time you have taken, just divide path by time, and what will you get? Average speed. So what is the difference between average speed and average velocity? In average speed we were taking change in position upon change in time. Change in position was x2 upon x2 minus x1 and upon t2 minus t1. But in case of average speed, we are not calculating the difference in position, we are calculating total path length. Total path length means whatever will come. Like there was one graph, let me take help of that graph and I will be able to show you. Okay, so we have a graph. In this graph already I told you that this original path original path, that means blue color line which you can see here, this line is representing the original path covered by the body, which is known as distance only. So whatever original distance will be covered by the body, and if we are dividing it by the time taken, then what will you get? You will get average speed. Average speed is total path covered divided by total time taken. There is one similarity between average speed and average velocity, and that similarity is unit. Unit is meter per second. Both of them have same unit, but there is one difference. The difference is average speed. It is a scalar quantity. Average speed is a scalar quantity, while average velocity was vector quantity. That means average speed has only direction, average speed has only magnitude, no direction it has at all. After this, what is next we have? Next is, okay, in contrast to average velocity, which can be positive or negative. The meaning of this statement is, average velocity we have seen, this is average velocity. We have seen average velocity, it could be positive, it could be negative, and it could be zero. But in case of average speed, we will not be able to say like this, that it will be positive, negative, or zero. There will be some magnitude, and it will always be positive. Never it will be negative, never it will be zero if the body is in motion. Okay, so these type of differences you will see in case of average speed. Right, now after this, one question we have here. Let us do this question also, and we will be able to finish our both topics, average velocity and average speed. With the help of this numerical, you would understand in more better way. Let us see what is it. There was a car, and the car is moving along a straight line. It moves from O to P in 18 seconds. And which figure you can take help for this? Of which figure? You can take help of figure number 3.1 for this question, example 3.1. Where is this 3.1 figure? Might be here. 3.1. Oh my god, 3.1 is very upside. Okay, 3.1. Here we got 3.1 exercise, not exercise, figure. My god, what is happening? I am saying exercise. In figure 3.1 we can see O is this point, Q is this point, and P is this point, right? Just keep them in your mind. Okay, or we can do one thing. Let us read question once, what is it saying, and we will come back again to this figure. Right, okay, here we have this question. The question was, the body moves from O to P in 18 seconds and from P to Q in 6 seconds. O to P in 18 seconds, P to Q in 6 seconds. What are the average speed and average velocity of the car in going from O to P? First part is from going from O to P, and the other part is going from O to P and returning back to Q. Okay, let us do for first part. First of all, let us do for the first part. Here you can see formula of average velocity. What is average velocity? Delta x upon delta t, or you can write in this form also. Displacement from O to P, we have seen figure. Displacement covered was 360 meter. So you can see here, and the time taken in the question, it is given 18 seconds. What is average velocity? It will be 20 meter per second. Now average speed, total path covered upon time taken. Remember, this part we are doing for going from O to P only. O to P only. Now, how much distance traveled from O to P? Only 360, which is same, upon how much time is taken? 18. After dividing, you will get the same answer. That means in this case, when the body was traveling only in the same direction, there was no change of direction at all. In that case, average speed will be equal to average velocity. These both of them will be equal to each other. After that, in the next case, you will be seeing differences in the value of average velocity and average speed. Average velocity, displacement upon time. Here you can see displacement is decreased. Reason? Body moved from O to P, and from point P it moved back to point Q. In this case, this point O will represent initial position and this point Q will represent final position. So this final position is only x2 and this initial position only is x1. So what is this Q representing? Q was representing 240. So x2 is 240 minus x1. X1 is O. O was at 0. So what will you get? You will get 240. So here you can see. Now time taken from O to P, it was 18 seconds, and coming back from P to Q, it was 6 seconds. So total time will be 18 plus 6. That's why you can see here 18 plus 6. And the answer you are getting as 10 meter per second. After that, in the next part, you can see average speed we calculated. For average speed, total path covered. What is total path covered? First, from O to P, how much we covered? 360 meter. From P to Q, we covered how much? 120 meter. Then 360 plus 120, it gives you 480 divided by total time. For this distance, time taken is 18 seconds, and to move back, time taken was 6 seconds. 18 plus 6, 24 divided by 24. When you cancel them, you got 20. So in this case, we are getting a difference between the values of average speed and average velocity. Here you can see average velocity we are getting lesser and average speed we are getting more. Reason? What is reason behind this? Beside this, reason behind this is what is happening to my English? Reason behind this is in the first part we are moving in both the parts. That means for this second part, for average speed and average velocity, we are moving like this. That means not in a particular direction. After moving in particular direction, we are coming back. That means in these type of cases, average velocity and average speed will be different. While if you have this type of case, that if throughout we traveled in the same direction, we traveled, in that case only we will get average speed will be equal to average velocity. Otherwise you will get difference. So this video is becoming very lengthy, so I will stop myself here only, and after this we will cover in the next video. In the next video, what topic we will be covering, let us see it once. Okay, this topic we will be covering instantaneous velocity and speed. So again we have two topics with us, instantaneous velocity and speed. And to understand it, I request you to just revise the video lecture in which we studied about differentiation, because after this topic we will be going to use formulae which is based on differentiation. So that's it in this video. In the next video we will cover these two topics. Till then, take care and be safe. Thank you.